Well, the day we had, I'm sitting here in the driveway. I stopped and got some popcorn for my wife. It's been forever since I had popcorn. Races were canceled at Mohawk, so I came home. I sat here in the driveway waiting for Atlas Hanover to go, watching the phone. And obviously he raced great. Timmy Tetrick drove him great. Norris went 53, and it was sloppy as hell. A good mile. So, as I'm sitting here watching the post parade, praying the horse race is good, I'm trying to go over the day, right? Go over the week we've had. Bad week. Had to stop with some. Well, there was horses we had to stop with anyway. I guess it was an inevitability. Resolute Bay, White Tiger. They weren't injured. We went out because they asked, right? We said we were going to wait till they asked to go out. And that's exactly what we did. No Free Lunch, had to stop with him. Some maintenance stuff with him. Really just being careful as hell with him because he's so fast. Who knows how good this horse will be when we have him at 100%. And the stuff that we found with No Free Lunch this week, yes, there was some stuff there, but nothing that won't heal. And again, just complete praise to Angelica and Harry and those guys for really sidestepping a mine there. A great job by them. It sucks when you got these horses that have been winning and all of a sudden they're not there right now. So, Sintra, I'm going to be watching him with a set of hawk eyes in the warm-up and the post-parade. There's no reason to think there's anything wrong with him, but I am careful. I'm going to be very, very careful with him and watch him closely. And then Looks Like Money, who is really standing out this week because he's really the last man standing, so to speak, in him and Sintra, the last two that we have that are going full-time right now, except for the horses away. We had a bad race from Kings County. That's extremely rare. So just not a good week. We don't get to talk about very many bad weeks, but it started out kind of shitty. And then tonight we go to the races. I warmed up my 1%. I said to Dominic after, he's very close. It doesn't feel like there's anything. It doesn't feel lame to me, but he's not comfortable. Right? I knew before we ever get into the race, it was going to be a chore to keep him trotting. He trotted home hard, but that's because he knows the race is almost over. It was a mental thing tonight with him. A physical also. I think there's something physically bothering him, and it's really playing tricks with the mental aspect of his game. The speed's there. The horse will trot 57, 58 right away. And I said to Dominic, okay, knowing what we know, what went on in the barn, let's not take any chances. I talked to Harry, I talked to Melissa, Dr. McKee, and no disrespect for Angelica, she put us on the right path with No Free Lunch and what was going on with him. But that full clinic, they can fluoroscope there and x-ray, and we can spend 45 minutes really just going over the horse, much like we would with the babies, right? A total fluoroscope. I want to know what's going on with the horses. And it's more of a setup like that, right? More of a diagnostic center. And I think Monday we'll run Sintra over there just to make sure that everything's going, especially with everything going on. I told you guys, everyone is under a microscope this week. Sintra will be going over to the vet on Monday for no particular reason other than I just want to make sure. There was no point bringing him over before the race because we really couldn't do anything before the race. Shockwave therapy you can't do inside of 96 hours. You don't want to be injecting an old horse to get him through the race like that. The horse looks great on the track. His body language is fine. I think he needs a little help too. Like, I can't drive him like an idiot. Also, he has to be driven conservatively on Saturday evening. So I said, why don't we send my 1% up with him? We haven't really had him checked for quite a while, and although we're close to having him proper, it's almost like a Rubik's Cube where you just can't get that last little line to line up, and it's driving you crazy, and then you take all the stickers off and put them on the right way. At least that's what I did. You can't take the stickers off of my 1%. There's no stickers there. So I just want to make sure that we're not missing anything. If we have to make some changes and changes gear, fine. But let's make sure we're working with the proper information first, and that is ensuring the horse is clinically sound. Like, there's nothing going on with him. And that would be where we would start from. So we made a break. I don't think it'll become a usual thing. I think we'll get him to a place quite quickly where he's comfortable and he's trotting. Just have to figure out what's going on with him right now. We didn't get to race Matt's MVP, which really sucks. He's in the sale on Monday. I think we're going to have to set a reserve on him. I can't give the horse away, but his last charted line is 3 weeks ago. That's red flags. Well, as I said to David Reed, I said, make sure you make reference that this horse was at the track, or at the track tonight in his stall ready to race, and last week was entered, and they canceled both Thursdays. Rewind a little bit more. We had this afternoon, Walk on the Moon looked a little rickety to me today. He didn't look as fluid and as comfortable as he did. He looked great last week. I mean, he always looks great. Stacy has him looking great, but he didn't look super comfortable today. I thought the track looked a little odd, maybe hard to get a hold of. I watched 2 races, both him and Stonebridge Hecato's, or whatever he called them, and there was breakers all over the place in both races. So a clear indicator that the track probably wasn't great. Walk on the Moon, I don't remember him ever winning first over. When you come with Walk on the Moon first over, you got to come hard as you can, clear to the front. Let him get confidence, and then hope to win from there. Coming first over in a slow grind will never work. It's not Brady Brown's fault. He doesn't know the horse. He's certainly not his fault. But Walk on the Moon, not his preferred trip, so to speak. I thought he raced okay, all things considered, knowing the horse. And then Stonebridge Hecat, or whatever he called him. Stonebridge Hecate raced very good. I thought he was coming to them at the wire. I think Stonebridge Hecate is going to get better and better and better. Lots of racing ahead for him. Lots of racing ahead for Stonebridge Hecate in the future. He seems to be sound. We will. I would like Tim's vet to maybe scoot over him a little bit. I know Mike looked at him. I want to talk to our vet. I want to talk to our vet a little bit, who's seen him in Ohio. He just went over to the Meadows this week, so I want to talk to Mike and see if there was anything he saw. Maybe ask Tim's vet to go over the horse also a little bit, see what he's. I just want to make sure they're good, right? Especially now, no stone unturned with these horses right now. I want to make sure we don't make any mistakes here. So Stonebridge Hecate was very good. Walk on the Moon, I thought, considering the history with him and knowing the horse, that's as good as you're going to get him to race first over. My 1%, we'll get to the bottom of my 1%. Our boy Matt didn't get a chance to race. And then Atlas Hanover saved the entire day with a stellar performance in Delaware with a 153-1 victory in the mud. So not a horrible day today. All I have tomorrow is Eldis Patrick, which always has me on pins and needles. He is not consistent right now. Consistently inconsistent is what he is right now. So his schooler was great last Saturday. We're back in 6 days. We haven't made any changes. We did have to reshoe him, but the vet the blacksmith just barely went over him a little bit. I said, please don't screw around with him. He said, well, the horse needs to be shot. I said, okay, but just be careful, please. So tomorrow night, Eldis Patrick will race. I am on pins and needles. I do feel a little apprehension going into the race, but I know if he feels as good as he did in the schooler the other day, he'll give a good showing tomorrow night. Saturday we have Sintra. We get the outside with our boy J.K. Mickey Mantle. He might be getting close to needing a break. I'd like to talk to Harry and review the race with him after tomorrow night. And then obviously we have Looks Like Money on Monday. Who's the other horse we have tomorrow? Sintra. Procrastinator. Procrastinator looked good in the qualifier. Another horse coming forward is, I wish we had a couple more weeks with our real heavy hitters until the horses like Procrastinator and a couple of the other ones getting ready were ready to go. And I wish there was a Meadowland sale. We could have some horses to slide in those spots right now. I wish and hope tomorrow when the preferred sale comes out, there is a little bit of power in there for us, because as much as I had no issue buying She's a Sassy Beach, she's not Sintra. She's not No Free Lunch. She's not ever going to be a top echelon horse. She's as I said, a foot soldier. So we could do with a couple more foot soldiers, but we definitely need some heavy hitters. So I'm on the lookout. We're always on the lookout, and we'll see what Monday's sale looks like. And then after that, there's always on gate. There's always horses bounce around on gate. And again, I'm watching the races too to see if there's any horses out there that we like. So lots going on. Definitely didn't have the start to the week we wanted. I guess as I sign off here at 9 o'clock at night on Thursday, it's been a crappy week, but we did just have a win with Atlas Hanover. So fingers crossed tomorrow for Elise Patrick and all the other horses racing. Good luck to everybody. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.